Plastic Model Builders. Hello, it is I, Ari Stone, with the Plastic Model Builder, and this is part 9 of my Tamiya Grumman F-14 Tomcat in 1/48 scale. It is the D version of the kit. We're going to finish this up. You see I'm putting on these small little decals on the canopy right there. I'm doing it on the underside. Got my little cotton swab there and doing my deal. We're going to make stuff look pretty for Model Making Madness. We've got our little edges right here that we are putting onto the intakes. 2 of those, 1 on each side. We are going to finish this plane up. I do weathering later on. That'll be in a different video, but for this one, we're just going to get this plane done. That way you can see what it looks like in all its wonderful glory. So you see those are done there. We're putting these on the engines, on the underside of them. I don't know what they do, but I'm sure they're for some sort of stability. They go on each side, or right and the left. You can't mess them up. The pins are located differently for each one. That way you know which one goes in which spot. Got this little thing right here. Goes on the back. I've never known what that thing is for. That sticks out right there, but it's there. Alright, so we've got some landing gear right here. This is the front landing gear, as noted by part of that door there. Got our little wheels, put each one on. They are a nice snug fit, as you can see. Our tail hook, since this is a Navy jet, it will land on aircraft carriers. Put a little glue on that. We have right here, we are going to be putting missile rails, just like that. They are gaining some paveways on there. So wonderful features. This model comes with a lot of different armament. Phoenix missiles, Sidewinders, Sparrows, all sorts of good stuff. Phoenix missiles. See a pylon going on right there. We're also going to put the landing gear in. You'll see that. This is what we're doing right here. This is the front landing bay door right here, the wheel well. Got one door there that goes in. They fit up nicely under there. Make sure your glue dries. Got the left door going on right here. They're very small, so just work carefully. It's Model Making Madness. We're going to make this stuff look pretty. And just like this, we're going to fit the front landing gear down perfectly like that. And that's what it looks like. Still got some doors to fit in. So you see these right here. They easily fit into place. Use something to press them in if you need to. That's what I did. Got 3 little locating pins right there. Remember, each one goes in a different way, so you can't mess this up. That's a good thing. This is the second time I'm doing this. Why? Because the first time I used thin cement. This time I'm using the tube glue, and I used the tube glue because it worked better. I figured I'd show you both ways. And it's very easy. You just put the tube glue on each little thing there with the toothpick and press them in. Now you have one complete front landing gear assembly. Alright, so now we're putting in the rear gear. We've got our wheels. You see how they fit onto the peg, just like that. And there's the other one. Perfect. Yes, tube glue, because you get a great bond with it. Fit that in perfectly. You got 3 locating points, 1 at the bottom, 2 on the sides. You see them right there, how they fit together. And that is the other side, right and the left. Now we got to put the landing gear doors on this. So you have that one there that goes down on the side. Make sure you get it in, press it down. And notice I don't have the pylon on this side. I wanted to see if it would be easier to get these on or off without the pylons. So that's why we are doing that. But you can see right here, there's the one with the pylon on. You do have to work around it, but it's easier to get everything on with that pylon already attached, because then you have trouble getting the pylon on around that. And you're going to see it right here with the one that was off. And you see how I'm kind of bending that. Just easier to do it with the pylon already on, from what I found. So you see this is the rear landing gear, very easy to put on. So now we've got our drop tanks. These are very easy to put on. You have one on each side, that is the right. And of course you're going to have to put one on the left. There it is, 2 drop tanks for this model. Like I said, wonderful model to do a lot of stuff, a lot of fun stuff. We have our lantern right here that goes underneath the wings and all that good stuff. This is where it gets mounted. I'm using tube glue again. Why? Strong bond, works really well. You can use thin cement or whatever you want. Got a sidewinder missile, goes on easily just like that. You got this GBU, whatever it is, it's a bomb. Got your paveway right here. A lot of configurations you can do for this kit. It's got a bunch of them and different variations you can do. So it's highly recommended again. So you got that Phoenix missile you see on right there. Wonderful missile. Another Sparrow. I'm sorry, another Sidewinder missile that's going on right there. This is for the ladder. Got to drill a hole in it. Once you got that hole drilled, you can pop that off and the ladder pops in just like that. Glue it down and then you can attach the ladder to the aircraft. So right here is the refueling probe. It needs a little door. Goes on there. That way when you put this onto the aircraft, you know, it'll look like it's opened up. Looks wonderful. This is for the canopy. Right here, it goes in the rear. Make sure you paint the rest of that. I don't have it painted yet, but I will. Going to put on the rest of the canopy frame. I didn't paint one side for that very reason. And you see how this goes on just like that. 2 of those, 1 per side. Make sure the glue bonds, I'm using that thin cement. Just make sure the glue doesn't run down into your canopy. So you see this is what I'm painting here, the rest of this. I'm doing the underside because that is seen. You're going to have to do some other good stuff for this side right here, because the way this rests, it sits on top of a little hydraulic lever. It is static. So now we have our rear stabilizers. 2 tail fins going up just like so. Here's the other side. Press those down, make them look seamless. By the way, I do weather my kit. If I didn't tell you that, you just don't see it in this video. That's another video. We'll do that one day. This right here are the little steps for the ladders, so the crew can get in and out of this wonderful aircraft. You see it just like that. Each person, they go on one ladder and take their step into the airplane, or a jet fighter, whatever you want to call it. Just make sure they go on. You saw me sticking a pitot tube on there, and then it fell off onto my finger. Got it back on, putting that other door on. There's another pitot tube right there. Got a bunch of them on this aircraft. There's like 4 of them, and of course some antenna. Got that pitot tube on right there. Another little one, that one presses in. It doesn't just rest on the surface and you glue it down. Here is the refueling probe, and I'm just doing this open, just showcasing all the features of this model. We have an antenna right there. One of them does get cut off and made flush with the aircraft, so make sure you pay attention to your instructions based on whatever variation you are doing. We will show you that as well. Press these on in right there. 2 of those. Perfect. And you see they can move because you put on some things on the inside of there, and you see me cutting that off right there. It's that rare one. Now we are going to put on the canopy. I'm sorry, we're putting in the chairs, the ejection seats. 2 of those, 1 in the front, 1 in the back. Very easy to do. The whole aircraft is taking shape. Going to do a little more painting right here of that because I realized, oh, this is what needs to get painted. So realistically, just paint almost all of that with the exception of the top, because that's what you want to glue down. Be careful of that piece right there. It does have to go on there, easy to break. I'm showing you this. That's the wrong wing. It won't go in. See how I'm just kind of forcing it? That one slides in nice and easy. We have to put in the airbags, which are two different ones here for open and closed. They will both fit. And of course, you need the guards right there. There are also two of those for open and close. I don't know which one I put on here, but there is a right and a wrong way. So make sure you do it accordingly to the directions. Here is that part for the canopy, for the hydraulics. And that's how it goes on. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like. This is a Tamiya F-14D Tomcat. As always, until next time, see ya.